Hello and welcome to your Newsmax Daily for Monday, November 10th, 2025, the 314th day of the year and USMC Day, as the country honors the commitments and many sacrifices of our Marines. Some places around the country will be celebrating today in the snow, with winter arriving in the Midwest 40 days before it officially arrives on the calendar.
I'm not ready for it. I think it's a little too early.
In Chicago, where they could see up to a foot of snow, dozens of school districts are closed in and around the city. And I don't say this to be funny or anything, but yesterday I literally spent the day cleaning my pool and then swimming in it. But that is going to change for us in the South as well. Temperatures are about to plummet in places like Atlanta, Savannah, Jacksonville, here in Orlando, and further south, where temperatures will get below freezing. The snow is, of course, only adding to the delays and problems at airports today. And in Washington, D.C.,
on this vote, the yeas are 60 and the nays are 40.
The Senate worked through the weekend, and you know I love that, to pass a bill that could end the government shutdown after 5 more Democrats finally joined Republicans in a 60-40 vote. They're working on finalizing the details of the bill today, which does not include subsidies for Obamacare. This is Democratic Senator Catherine Cortez Maslow of Nevada.
I expect Republicans to be at the table in the next few weeks. I expect the White House to be at the table. And if they do choose not to come to the table, they can own the disastrous premium increases that will continue to rise.
You may not want to admit it, but she is right, because Republicans still have no plan for health care. They didn't have a plan in Trump's first term when they could have made changes, and they still don't have a real solid plan. So they may not come to the table. The agreement does reverse the firings of federal workers laid off during the shutdown, guaranteeing back pay for hundreds of thousands of others who were furloughed, which is required by law. And it includes months of funding for SNAP. It also has to be approved by the House once the Senate wraps it up. We'll start with Carl Higbie, host of Frontline, talking about the weekend flight delays due to the shutdown. This begins with a couple experiencing a massive delay at a New York airport.
So we're going to just rent a car and drive.
So, we end up getting a hotel. Drive from where? From here to Wilmington, North Carolina. People are really hurting out here. And it's not just the traveling public, but it's affecting the whole economy. And you people are to blame.
He's right. This is happening because our last president was more interested in diversity than actually making sure planes can fly. So I don't want to hear another word from Democrats. Oh, those Republicans are making my flights late. They're not. Under Joe Biden, or I guess whoever was in charge of the auto pen, they left Trump with 3,000 vacancies on day one in the air traffic control department. On day one. While simultaneously also, they rejected over 1,000 white applicants for those open positions. I mean, really great job, Democrats. Again, Democrats are definitely to blame for all this. Okay, Trump came in and not only offered bonuses and incentives to get those people in the door, but also had his administration went out and called those 100 or 1,000 white applicants to try to get them to come back and apply again. I mean, the man can only do so much. But here's the other side of this equation. It may sound a little crass, but I'm just kind of over caring about that. Air traffic controllers, as Ronald Reagan said, get back to work. Look, folks, I was a JTAC, okay, effectively a combat air traffic control guy over in whatever area of the world they sent me to. Only mine involved dropping bombs, so let's not compare stress levels here, okay? I get it. And when I was overseas, we ran ops 7 days a week, and being 5,000 miles away from home in a combat zone, I had no choice but to work, even through a government shutdown, whether I got paid or not. So this is coming from a place of complete understanding of the industry and of how rough and tough this can get and how stressful it is. But go back to work.
Former Navy SEAL and JTech Carl Higbie, the host of Frontline, 6 p.m. Eastern on Newsmax. This all happening as President Trump left the White House to attend the Washington Commanders' Detroit Lions game, becoming the first sitting U.S. president to attend a regular season NFL game since Jimmy Carter back in 1978.
And it looks like we're getting close to the shutdown ending. You'll know very soon.
President participated in a halftime event honoring veterans. If you watch the game, several Detroit Lions players celebrated a touchdown with the Donald Trump dance, pointing to Trump up in the stands. You know, they're not going to show that in any of the lamestream media highlights. The president also posted on Truth Social again that the government would soon be sending tariff profit sharing checks of about $2,000 to most Americans, excluding high earners. He didn't specifically call them tariff profit sharing checks, but essentially that's what they are. Something I think would really serve the administration well at this point. But then today, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent suggested that the $2,000 could be in the form of a tax rebate. No. Nobody wants that. Regular, everyday, hardworking people want the money. Send a check and send it soon. Today, Trump is right back at it, hosting the president of Syria at the White House and participating in a swearing-in ceremony for Sergio Gore, the new U.S. ambassador to India. And let's go back to yesterday's Sunday agenda with Lidia for commentary on last week's elections.
Like me, you're probably sick and tired of hearing about Marxist Mamdani and what he's going to do to New York City and the rest of the country, blah, blah, blah. But if Republicans want to stop losing elections, they need to examine this election and the over 1 million people who voted for a failed 34-year-old rapper. Yes, that's his resume. Because the key to Mamdani's victory was young people ages 18 to 30, first-time voters, recent college grads, almost all of them, those people out there protesting on the streets, they overwhelmingly voted for Mamdani. We're talking 78% of young people. Clearly, the Democrat Party of Kennedy, Clinton, and even Obama is now dead and gone and buried because when Mamdani won, his supporters, they didn't chant USA, USA. They chanted this instead. New York City DSA. That was at his victory rally there. They're chanting DSA, DSA. DSA stands for Democratic Socialists of America.
Newsmax host Lidia Serrani. This was also the topic of conversation on America Right Now with Tom Basile and special guest, retired NYPD Chief John Chell.
Chief, good to see you. I know it's probably been a pretty emotional week for you, and with what has happened. The NYPD already having a staffing crisis. Outgoing Mayor Eric Adams wants to swell the number of uniformed officers on his way out. Mamdani does not support that. Do you think we will see retirements and resignations in the coming months, and about how many?
Well, so right now, there's about 4,000 cops that could leave. When I say cops, every rank that can leave in January. Now, will there be a mass exodus? It remains to be seen. But I've been very vocal on the points that, you know, who he associates with is the SA. What his rhetoric has been well documented, although he apologized. Okay, fine. But the policies he's looking to put in place, by his own words, are very disturbing. And when you really listen to his rhetoric, he wants to maintain staffing. What he's saying there is he's not going to hire, in my opinion, he's not going to hire more cops. He's just going to divert some of their jobs to this community action team to do police work. It's not going to work, and people are going to leave. We'll see the numbers in January.
If we, 4,000 that are eligible for retirement, you have other people that have the ability to get recruited away and resign, and you can't recruit because of Mamdani, how will that compromise public safety in the nation's largest city?
Well, it's going to, and as you see, if you look on social media the last couple of days, other agencies, Houston, Florida, they're trying to recruit our cops to a better place to work, and it will affect recruiting. If the Civilian Complaint Review Board will get the power to adjudicate complaints against cops, that'll be the deal breaker. And just for the audience, the police commissioner now has the last say. He wants to bring it over to that agency. That will be catastrophic for this department. No one's going to come on, and people will leave. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. Mamdani has also proposed, you alluded to it earlier, spending $1 billion to create a Department of Community Safety, giving civilians and social workers some of the responsibilities currently held by the police department. Part of the plan relies on mental health workers responding before the NYPD to certain situations like homeless people on the subways or mentally disturbed folks or maybe even domestic violence. This sounds, Chief, incredibly dangerous to me. Your reaction?
It's very dangerous. And quite frankly, the public does know we already do this with our clinicians, with our Department of Health, homeless services, with transit cops. We do this already. But to your point, what you're getting at is they can't go down there alone. People with mental stress, it changes quickly. It's very dangerous. It's never going to happen. And just imagine if it did happen and something happened to a mental health worker. This is not going to happen.
Retired NYPD Chief John Chell, who I'm sure is very happy that he is retired. He mentioned Florida and some other states trying to recruit cops from New York City. That is nothing new, at least in Florida. Cops, firefighters, school teachers. Governor DeSantis has always solicited those folks to come to Florida by offering big signing bonuses, no state income tax, of course, and other perks. Last week, the day after Mamdani was elected, New York City Fire Commissioner Robert Tucker announced that he would be leaving his post next month. This was the day after the election. He's like, oh no, he's in, I'm out. And over the weekend, the heads of the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, resigned after criticism of the broadcaster's editing of a Donald Trump speech. When will they learn? And I wouldn't be surprised if Trump announces this week that he's going to sue them as well. The BBC said that Director General Tim Davie and head of News, Deborah Turnus, both announced their resignations yesterday after criticism for editing a speech that Trump made on January 6th, 2021, conveniently leaving out the section where Trump said he wanted supporters to demonstrate peacefully. You know, the same part of the speech that MSNBC, NBC News, and almost everybody else left out of the highlights. And let's go back to Friday's segment of Israel Now, in case you missed it, with Katrina Zish and Bob Brooks, where we learned more about how Israel is honoring Donald Trump.
And welcome back to Israel Now. This past week, we sat down with the former president of the Jerusalem Post.
Now, he has a new gig promoting Israel and its sacred sites.
Love Israel is a global community. We are about 1 million already followers. The idea is to bring Christians and Jews together because this is a bad world today. If Christians would not unite together with Jews, there will be a mess, a chaos. So I'm sorry to say it was prophesized because now the need is more urgent than ever. We bring love of the faith, the Bible, the land of Jesus to 1 billion lovers of Israel in the world. Because for me, this is the real Jewish diaspora. The Christians are really the wind beneath the wings of Israel. That's our existence. And Trump is the leader for that. So Love Israel was, I think, made a few years ago in order to bring Israel to the hearts of Christian believers.
Beautiful, beautiful. I know that you have some upcoming projects with Love Israel. Let's start here. We specifically have a Donald J. Trump. I'm going to let you introduce it because I got a peek at that. I want you to unveil it. Tell us about it.
Let me tell you, I'm still shivering when I'm showing that. So the President Donald J. Trump Garden of Peace is really going to be the flagship project of Love Israel in its history. The idea is very simple. There is a beautiful baptismal site where 1 million Christians are coming to baptize at the Jordan River. And out of honor and respect of what President Trump had done for us, I just mentioned that he should be my president. I wish I could elect. We are going to launch this garden this coming Easter. I'm so happy to say that Pastor Jeffrey Larson, my very good brother and friend, Christian lover of Israel, is already committed. There would be about 100,000 names of Christian lovers of Israel that would give their names, that would be written on Jerusalem authentic wall, and the stone would be there forever. And of course, in a later stage, there would be a hotel. Many Israeli chain hotels are coming over, but it's in my heart that this would be a Trumpist hotel.
I bet President Trump would love that.
I'm sure he would.
I bet he would love it, yes.
I think he'll really like that sign I see there, back there in the gold.
The Donald J. Trump Garden of Peace, written in gold on a statuesque kind of entrance into the Garden of Peace, which Israel, I believe he said, will be unveiling on Easter or around Easter. Israel Now is a special segment every day on American Agenda between 2 and 4 o'clock Eastern. Check it out today. On Wall Street, stocks opened the new week well into the green this morning on word of a possible end to the government shutdown. Fast food chain Wendy's announcing plans to close up to 300 locations as sales continue to slump. We'll have a slew of corporate earnings come in through the course of the week once again. Bitcoin and most other major cryptocurrencies are sharply higher today as well. Bitcoin is over $106,000. Gold is up $98 at $4,100 an ounce. And let's talk about gold for a moment. Gold and silver, you may know, are tangible assets. They're not just numbers on a screen. Unlike stocks or crypto, these are assets with thousands of years of trust behind them. The great people at Noble Gold can help you understand gold and silver and show you the different ways you can invest in gold and silver for you and your family's future. They want people to feel more confident and more in control after hearing what they have to say. There's no hype. There's no gimmick. They provide honest, fact-based insight and clear options. Plus, they are U.S.-based, and their U.S.-based customer service is available from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and on Saturdays, which I love. It's fantastic because most people don't have a whole lot of time during the week, right? Go check out their website, noblegoldinvestments.com/Newsmax, and you can take advantage of a limited time offer. Open a new qualified IRA, gold or silver IRA, or cash account. With Noble Gold, get a free 10-ounce silver flag bar plus a silver American Eagle proof coin. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com/Newsmax. Again, no hype, no gimmicks, just clear-cut facts and information. noblegoldinvestments.com/Newsmax. Okay, so it's all eyes on Capitol Hill today, and as usual, another busy day at the White House. Keep up with all of today's news and breaking developments on Newsmax N2 and at Newsmax.com. Also, make sure you have the Newsmax app so you're up to date anywhere, anytime, and you can get signed up for those breaking news alerts as well. I'm Tony Marino. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. If you are a Marine, today is your day, and thank you for your service, and keep on fighting the good fight.
News breaks every minute, every day. You need the app, the Newsmax app. Find it free on your smartphone store. Then watch us anytime, anywhere.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.